Okay, read the question, Tom Sinton. Read the homework question.
A equal to 25.
Okay, A is equal to 25. Then
B equal to 5.
B equal to 5.
C equal to A by B.
A by B.
C equal to C plus 1.
C is equal to C plus 1.
A equal to B.
A equal to B.
A equal to B. B equal to 10.
B equal to 10. Then you want to write the value of A, B, and C. That is the question, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Kevin, what is the value of A? Kevin? Kevin, you completed the homework? No. Kevin? I can't hear you, Kevin.
Ma'am, 5.
Okay, okay. Now it is clear. Then Amal, what is the value for B? Amal,
10. 10.
value of B.
2.
Anish,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the value of B?
5. B5.
B5.
Yes.
Okay. Sahan, what is C? Sahan,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the value for C?
Ma'am, 5.
Again 5. I want to check the answer, all these answer. Naveen? Naveen,
Yes, ma'am.
is it correct? A is 5, B is 5, C is 5. Is it correct? Naveen?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay. What about Abarna? Abarna, your answer is also same.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Alan Joshi? Alan Joshi? Switch on the video. Alan Joshi, switch on the video. Then Basuri, explain the first 3 statements. What is the meaning of first statement?
A is equal to 25.
Means? What is the meaning of that statement? A is equal to 25. After executing this statement, what will happen? "25 is assigned to A." Okay, that is the meaning of A is equal to 25. 25 is assigned to A. Then what is the meaning of second one, Basuri? B is equal to 5.
B is assigned to 5.
Yes, 5 is assigned to B. Okay, 5 is assigned to B. 25 is assigned to A. So after executing this first statement, the value of A become 25. And after executing the second statement, the value of B become 5. Okay. Then what is C is equal to A by B, Basuri? What is the value of A?
25.
25 by, what is B?
5.
5. Then what is the result of C? 25 by 5. What is the result?
5.
5. Okay. So 5 is the content of C. Or value of C, it is 5. Is it clear, Basuri? Okay. Sarah, explain the next statement. C is equal to C plus 1.
C C is equal to uh, 5 plus 1,
Yes. What is the value of C? It is 5. Okay.
5.
Then plus 1. 5 plus 1. Now the value of C becomes
6.
okay.
Okay.
Here the value of C, it is 5. Here we use that 5. Then 5 plus 1, it is 6. So 6 is assigned to C. So this is a wrong answer. Okay. The value of C, it is 6. Is it clear, Amal? Okay. Then Rahul, what about the next statement? A is equal to B.
Ma'am, 5.
What is 5? Which one is 5? Rahul?
We are asking A equal to B.
A is equal to B. This statement, A is equal to B.
B is assigned to A.
Yes, B is assigned to A is one definition for A is equal to B. One more definition is there. We are discussed in any identity operator or membership operator, something like that. Anjana, any idea about this A equal to B? Rahul, it is correct. B is assigned to A, it's same. It is correct.
The value of A is B.
Yes. That is, the value of A becomes B, or we can give a duplicate name A for B. Okay. We discussed it in the identity operator section. Okay. If A is equal to B means B is with value, what is the value? 5. And we are giving one more name for B, that is A. Okay. A duplicate name for B, it is A. This is another definition for A equal to B. Both are same. So the meaning is B, content of B, it is 5. 5 is assigned to A. So after executing this statement, the value of A becomes 5. Is it clear? Yes. Abhilash, what about the next statement?
B is equal to 10.
What is the meaning?
B, the value of 10 is assigned to B.
Yes, 10 is assigned to B. Then what is the value of B here?
10.
10. So what is the final output, Nestle? How you get this 5 here? A is equal to 5. Okay, okay. Here we assign A as 5. Okay. Nestle, read the final output. What is the value of A, B, and C after executing all these statements? Nestle? Okay. Alan Thomas, read the final values of A, B, and C.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
A is equal to 5.
Mm.
B is equal to 10.
Okay.
C is equal to 6.
Okay. The value of A is 5, B it is 10, C is 6. Okay. Any doubt regarding these statements? Anyone? Is it okay? Okay. So this is the way how we can assign the values for some variables. Okay, you want to go through all the steps. After A, take one pencil and write A is equal to 25. Means after executing this statement, here you write with pencil, it is 25. Then here it is 5. A by B means 25 by 5. Then the result it is 5. So the content of C it is 5. After that, all of you switch on the video. Okay. After that, C plus 1. Zahan, Naveen, switch on the video. Sayujya. So 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, it is 6. So this 6 is assigned to C. After that, A equal to B. What is the value of B? B it is 5. Write with pencil, B is 5. Then this 5 is assigned to A. So the value of A it is 5. Then here the value 10 is assigned to B. So value of B it is 10. So final, the result is A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10, and C is equal to 6. Okay. Is it clear, Naveen? Okay. So our next topic, we are discussing about variables. So for variable, what is the meaning of variable, Sayujya? What is variable? Okay. A variable is like a container. We can store any value in that variable. Okay. There are mainly 3 components for a variable. First one, it is identity of the variable. Second one, it is type of the variable. Third one, it is value of the variable. Okay. I think you write these topics, isn't it? Okay. So then next slide, it is identity of the variable. Identity of the variable means, what is identity of the variable? Alan Joshi, what is identity of the variable? Not from this definition. There's no need of reading this one. I want to know the content. What is identity of the variable? Alan? Okay, Naveen. What is the identity of the variable? Naveen? Okay, Kevin. What is the identity of a variable?
Ma'am, it's the value.
It's not value, it is the memory address. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Okay. If I will write the statement like x is equal to 10. X is equal to 10 means in the memory, this 10 is stored. Okay. So the name of this value, it is x. That is the meaning of x is equal to 10. Means we store this 10 integer value in a particular memory address, and the address of that memory, if it is 1010, 1010 is the memory, that is 1010 is the memory address, that is identity of the variable. Identity of the variable means it is the memory address where we store or where the system store this value. That is identity. Is it clear, Kevin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it refers to the variable's address in the memory. Okay. We don't know the address. If we want to display the address, we are using this statement. ID within bracket, write the variable. Okay. So we don't know the address. It will store in any of the memory location or any of the memory address. We don't bother about the memory address. If we want to see the memory address, we are using this statement id within bracket, write the variable just like that. If you want to know the address of x, what we will write? id within bracket, write x. Print id within bracket x means the address of x is printed. Okay, so identity of the variable means it refers to the variable's address in the memory, which does not change once it has been created. Once it is created, it does not change. Okay, we can update the value, that is, we can update the value of x with 11, but there is no change in this address. We can update the value because if it is 20, there is no change in address. The value is changed, but there is no change in the address because once we execute this statement, or once we create one memory address for a variable, there is no change for that address. We can change the content. Okay. So it refers to the variable's address in the memory, which does not change once it has been created. The address of the variable can be checked using the method id within bracket, write the variable. So we cannot, there is no need of bother about this address of a variable. You just understand there is a component based on variable. The component name, it is identity of the variable. Identity means it is the memory address of the variable. That is, if we write a statement like x is equal to 10, this 10 is stored in a particular address. We don't know the address. In any of the address, it will store. Okay. If we want to display the address, we are using the statement id variable name. That means if we write print id within bracket x, it will display the address of x. In this situation, in this case, what is the result of this print id of x? What is the output of this statement? Anjana? What is the output? What is the meaning of this statement? You just try, Anjana. What is the meaning of this statement? For what purpose we are using this id of x? id of x is used for displaying the address of x. Here, what is the address of x, Anjana?
10.
No. This is the address. Okay. Here, 10 means it is the value. Is it clear, Anjana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here 10 is the x is equal to 10 means 10 is here. Here 10 is the value and one address is there for this 10. So here I just write the address is 1010. So print id of x means the address of x is displayed. The address of x it is 1010. So the output it is 1010. 1010 is the answer. Okay. Is it clear? The concept of identity of the variable? Sahan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, Kevin. Sahan?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the identity of a variable? Sahan? No. Alan Thomas? Alan Thomas? Okay, Anir Salian?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the identity of a variable?
Ma'am, it refers to the variable's address in memory,
Okay,
which do not change once it is
okay.
created.
Correct. So this is identity of a variable. So next component it is type of variable. Type of variable means data type of variable. That means If x is equal to 10, means we are storing a value 10 here. Nestle, is it clear? Is this board is clear? Nestle? No. Sanjana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are discussing about type of the variable. Type of the variable means which type of data we are using in this variable. Which type of data? Okay. Type of data. Here we are using number. That is one type. Okay. This is one type. That is we are using a number in X. That is type of data. If we are using A here, what is the type of data here we are using? We are using a string or character. That is type of data. If X is equal to 10.11, which type of value we are using here? We are using a floating point value. That is a number with point, fractional representation. So that is type. Type means which type of value we can use in a variable. That is type of the variable. Okay. So that is type of variable. Type of variable means which type of value we are storing in a variable. That is type of variable. Either it is a number or it is a character or string or a floating point number. Any type of value we can store in this variable. That is type of variable. So next we are discussing about type of variable. So these are the different types, data types that are used in variables. Okay. You just draw this table. That is first it is data type. This mapping is at the end. Okay. Okay. Data type, then different data types are numbers, none, sequence, sets, and mappings. Okay. Numbers, none, sequence, set, and mappings. I'll draw in the PC board. Okay. First write data types. First one it is numbers. Then second it is none. Third it is sequence. Fourth it is sets. Last it is mappings. Okay. This number is again divided into 3. That is integer, floating point, and complex. Integer is again divided into bool or boolean. Then there is subdivision for sequence, that is strings, then tuple and list. Mappings it is dictionary. So different basic data types are numbers, none, sequences, sets, and mappings. The subdivision for mappings, it is dictionary. Sets and none, there is no subdivision. Sequence, it is again divided into three, that is strings, tuple, and list. And numbers is again divided into integer number, floating point number, and complex number. Integer, it is again divided into Boolean. Basuri completed?
Ma'am, under mapping, what it is written?
Dictionary, dictionary. 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 If your video is not on, I will make markers absent. Okay. I will not give the attendance. If there is any problem with your video, you just message me or you just ask me. Okay. Just say to me. Okay. Numbers, none, sequences, sets, mappings. Mappings, under mappings, it is dictionary. And sequences, it is strings, tuple, and list. Numbers, it is integer, floating point, and complex. And under integer, there is another version, it is Boolean. Okay. So first we're discussing what is number data type. Okay. So first write number. Number data type stores numerical values. You know from the name itself, what is number? Number means that is numbers, that is numerical values are stored in number data type. Numerical values are stored in number data type. So in number data type, the first division it is int or integer. What is int or integer? Integer, that is whole number. That is a number without a decimal point or without a fractional part. First you write the content. Thomas and Alan Volkes. Okay. Leslie. Okay. Sahan. Okay. So in number data type means it is for numerical values. That means it is for number representation. The first type of number data type, it is int or integer. Integer means whole number. That means either it is a positive number or negative number. That number, a number without any fractional part, that is integer number. For example, 68 is one integer number. Okay. Or negative 52 is another integer number. Okay. Then 52.1. Now, is it one integer number? Okay, why? Unmute and say, Naveen. Unmute.
Represent without any fractional part.
Okay, okay. Integer is represented using a number without a fractional part, but here we are using a decimal point or fractional part is there. So we cannot consider this number as a integer number. Okay. So this one is a Sayujya, give another example for integer number.
Negative 15.
Okay, negative 15 is another example for integer number. Okay, so integer number represents whole numbers without any fractional part. That is a number, whole number without any fractional part, it is integer number. And they can be positive or negative. Sahan, what are you doing there? Give one example for integer.
Ma'am, me?
Yes.
1.
Okay. So int or integer is the first in numeric number data type. The second one, it is float or floating point. Okay. What is float or floating point? Aparna?
Yes, ma'am.
So floating point number denotes real numbers or floating point values. Okay. Floating point numbers means a number with a fractional part. A number with a decimal point. It is known as floating point number. Floating point numbers denote real numbers or floating point values. Floating point numbers are written with a decimal point that separate the integer from the fractional part. Okay. I will give one example. It is 68.28. This is one example for floating point number. We use one fractional point to separate this whole number and integer part and fractional part. This is the fractional part. This is the integer part. So if there is a decimal point in the number, we call that data type as floating point number. Okay, Aparna, give another example for floating point number.
99.01.
Okay, 99.01 is an example for floating point number because here we are using one decimal point. That decimal point is used for separating the fractional part and decimal part. Okay, another name for floating point value, it is real numbers. Okay, so floating point numbers denote real numbers or floating point values. Floating point numbers are written with a decimal point that separate the integer from the fractional number. Is it clear? Then the next one, it is complex numbers. Okay. Complex numbers in Python are made up of pairs of real and imaginary numbers. They take the form x plus yj where x is a float and the real part of the complex number. It's missing is the here y. Here y is a float and it is the imaginary part of the complex number. Okay. 1 second. Okay, write the definition of complex numbers. Complex numbers in Python are made up of pairs of real and imaginary numbers. They take the form x plus yj, where x is a float and the real part of the complex number, and y is a float and it is the imaginary part of the complex number. It is not a common data type in Python. We are using the common data types, that is integer and floating point. Okay. So a complex number means, I think you studied this complex number in maths. I think so. Isn't it? In class 10 or 9? No? Abhilash?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So complex number means a number that is represented like this. This is an example for complex number. That is, here the first part is known as real part. And the second part it is known as imaginary part. Okay. So in this complex number, we are using two parts. The first part it is real part and the second part it is imaginary part. Okay. In this imaginary part, we are using a symbol J. I will give one example. And this x and y are floating point values. What is floating point value, Sahan? What is floating point value? You want to check it in the note? Why?
Point with number with decimal value.
Give one example.
That 10.8.
Correct. So in this complex number representation, this x and y are floating point values. Okay. So x is represented as a floating point value and y also is in floating point representation. So I will give one example. Here we will write just like this, 2 plus 5j. This is an example for complex number representation. That is, here 2 is the real part and 5 is the imaginary part. Okay. So here this is an example for complex number. Here I am giving 2 plus 5j. Then 2 is the imaginary real part and 5 is the imaginary part. Okay, Sahan. You stop talking. After that, I will continue. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay, thank you. Okay, so this is complex number representation 2 plus 5j. So, if I give a statement like this, my complex number it is 2 plus 5j. I want to print here x is equal to 2 plus 5j. I want to print x dot real and also x dot imaginary. This is the statement for printing real part and imaginary part. If you want to print the real part, we want to write x dot real. X is the name for this complex number. X is equal to 2 plus 5j means this complex number, I am giving one name, that name it is x. Okay, so x is equal to 2 plus 5j. That is the content of x, it is 2 plus 5j. So 2 plus 5j, the name of 2 plus 5j, it is x. So if I want to print 2, what is this 2? Aparna, what is this 2?
Real number.
Real value. So if you want to print 2, I will write print x dot real. If I want to print 5, I will write x dot not imaginary, imag. For imaginary, there is only imag. Okay. So we'll write x dot imag. Okay. So if we want to print real part of this complex number, I will write print x dot real. Then for imaginary part display, we'll write x dot imag. Okay. Then in this, after executing this statement, the output is here, the value is 2, but we will say the explanation for real part it is, it's a float number, and y also it is a float number. Okay, here y is there, so y is also a float number. So after executing this statement, the value it is 2.0 and 5.0, not 2 and 5. Okay, because this real part is by default we are giving 2 plus 5, but the system convert that 2 into its corresponding floating point value. So the floating point representation for 2 it is 2.0, 5 it is 5.0. Okay, we'll continue the same topic with next continue with